Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
Let me go to the presentation and explain you that what things we covered. We covered how to create base dataset from file from SFPP and via custom report. And in order to do from custom report, what changes we need to do that we can enable it for the Prism. First, and let's say if our data has a data type of, let's say, currency, how we can enable that particular thing that we'll be able to see currency column in the report. Then coming to this. Next, the dataset stages. There is a difference between data stage available in the base dataset and derived dataset. Primary reason, the reason behind these two datasets are that base dataset is used for importing the data and derived dataset is used for transformation and blending the data. In base dataset, we will only have these three stages: parse, filter and manage field. Here, if we see that the stage performs a single competition function, just joining the data or passing the data, each stage has its unique working. In every stage, I will be able to create a calculated field. But that is the same across. When creating a calculator field will be same across all the stages, but each and every stage has some different functions. To do it, just if we say the past. Stage past is automatically added when you create a base data set using any external data file as SF, TP or report. You cannot delete or add a past it. Basically, it's an important button stage to have which will be there. Part stage is basically importing stage. If you do, we can delete or add a new part stage. Then there is a filter stage of filter stage. In filters the data as per the condition rule. We can mention the condition rule that country is Poland or the genders are male or genders are female. I can filter the based upon this criteria. And there's a manage field. To manage field, what it does is it changes the field name. It's change of data type. It also changes the visibility of the field. Cover these three stages in the tenant. When I go to this report, whatever I will do is I will click on this related action and I will go to end transformation. If we compare with the data sets in base data set, we are only getting three stages. But in the data set, we get more status as compared to it. As you see, when we came into this window, you are able to see that the past is already there. We don't need to add a past stage to it because that is a compulsory field, which basically means passing the data from an external system. We can't add or remove it. Likewise, in derived dataset, also import stage is there, which is we can't add or we can't remove that stage. It will always be there. Then when we want to add a stage, I see here also I can add a field in past stage, but it is not suggested to add a stage in here. Also discuss in which stage to add a cal field when cover the calculated field. In all the stages we will be able to add it, but I will discuss when you click on add. A stage be able to see what are the stages we can perform. Stages are basically a transformation or any function to be performed in that particular one, filter. When you click on filter stage, in filter, we will get the state description. We can add that what we are filtering. Sometimes what happens is that we create multiple filter condition. And it is very hard to understand. We have a description over here which is not compulsory. but we can add some right up over here in order to someone to understand it. In filter, we get options that if you want to filter on all the criterias which are mentioned below or if any. Let's say if I mention that that country is Poland and I mention a condition that genders are male, that's an all condition. If all conditions are met, then only that filter. That instance will come over here after filtering it. But if I add a if any condition, that if any condition, any of that condition will met. Either that person is from Poland or either is from. Either he is a male in both condition, will be able to filter it out. The data based upon the requirement, we will use whichever the required one is. This is an condition and this is our condition. Basically, I will click on add field. When I click on add field, I will click on this and I will see all the fields which are available on this side. I can here mention and I can go to the age and I can select that age is greater than. I will mention age over here based upon the field type here. See, field type is numeric. I'm getting these options. Say I created a field type here, it's similar to Workday. If I click on worker, I get a different is equal, not equal, is not null, is in the selection list. There will be different. At what point does the Prism know what is the? If it's a numerical value or if it's a Boolean value or a text value, he interpreted. He knows it by himself, and if he makes a mistake and I want to change it and be, hey, wait, you just interpret this a text and I want this to be Boolean, yes or no. That we can do when we get a passage over here. Let me back. When we are in the passage here, when we do here, the report is there, we won't be able to change over here. Then we need to do a manage field. From manage field, we can change this data type. But when we import the file, let's say I go to this file and go to edit transformation. Then we can edit the part stage. Because Workday report, what it does is what Workday, when we get the data from Workday, it knows that in Workday the data was available in this format only. It will copy the same as it is, there will be very less chance of error when it is importing the data from a Workday report. Why? Because it will replicate the same data type which is available in the Workday over here, but when events. That's a file, a different source from the SES file. It's sometimes harder to guess. Correct. Let's say here, when we see the employee 8, it has taken as text value. Here it is, has taken a text value, but and here you can see there's no any edit option. No pencil icon is coming over here, and we go to here, which is here I am able to see a pencil icon. When I click on this, I will be able to edit this field type. From here as from management, both the ways are possible. Here I think we have finally decide. We have confirmed the data. We won't be able to change it now, but when we do this, we can change it from here by clicking over here. But let's say now it hasn't changed. What do is we will add a management. It's a standard practice in Workday that when we import, that when we create a new DDS data set, we will include a manage field first in that data set and last in the data set. In case of any modification. Let's say I manage for an event and here I'm getting that employee. ID is an integer and I want to change it into a text and then I will give preview. When I will give preview here, employee will be changed to numeric one, I mean from text numeric to alphabet. Likewise, then I will cover the manage field once and later we can go to filter. In manage field, as you can see, I can change the field data type I can change from Boolean. It should support if there's a field which has yes or no value. Then it can be converted to Boolean. Otherwise, let's say if I convert this to Boolean, it won't work directly or it will show some error. Any of those depending on the data type. Because Boolean should have either two values. It's coming true while. Because it's all it has values. If there's a blank, it will come as false. But it's not the correct data type. It's no for this one. That is nothing, and let's say if I want to add a double, and in double I want to, if I do a double over here, or let's say long. What that I can do it from here, it's preview. It's up to me. What are the changes I need to do? I can do it from here. Currently I will. Keep as text. I can change the rate type. Secondly, what I can do is, I can search the fields from. Here, let's say this is a 7. At least 7 core fields are only there. I'll be able to easily search it from scrolling, but I can also search it from here if it's a long list. Secondly, I can also hide the fields. Let's say I don't want to see the phone number. Phone number over here. I can click on this one, and when I click on preview, I'm not saving for now, but I'm just doing a preview, and when I scroll up and show it to you, here you can see. After country, only hide it is coming. I have hide the from here. I can again give a view access. Apart from it, I can also rearrange it as, let me get done faster. Let's say. Why this option is not? It's coming now. When we click on this particular option, let's say I clicked on this one and I want to move this. I want to rearrange it. I want to sort the order of it. I can do it. For that, what I need to do is, I need to click on this over here. Let's say I want to move the hide it. I will click on it. Once I click on the left side, if you will click on here, let's say I will show it again. Let's say you click on here, it might not work. You need to click somewhere here where the related actions are. When you click on it, it's easy to find. It's easy to find and it's very confusing. Sometimes people also click here and they sometimes move it. It's hard. And sometimes people also do multiple selection, as you need to be very cautious with it. We don't do multiple selection unless needed. I click on edit and I will click on this 3 actions. I will and it will. Show move row, move first or move last. This is my immediate actions, nothing. If I click on move first, it will move the first and last will happen, but then I will move. You move row, then I will click on more row and after which field. More rows after, I want it to be after the location. I will click on it. It will prompt me some list. I can give location. Location came and I will click move. It moved from here to here. I can give done and my stage is completed. These are the fun. Strategies of manage field. First of all is you can hide the fields which you want. You can hide, or depending on your need, you can change that output type of what type of data you want. Depending on your need, you can change the data type amongst this little selections. Then apart from this option, you can also change the name. As let's say employee, I want to rename as the employee underscore IDI. I can do it from here as it's also edible. You just need to keep in mind while doing it. Two names cannot be equal. The name should be unique. Let's say here also, let's say let me name this as employee for installs. It will show me an error that two names should on when I save it. I'm showing it because there are duplicates. Yes, duplicates. It shouldn't be duplicate. You should name it in a correct way. The output name will be showing on the report. Yes, this output names will be shown over here. This is the input names. Input names are from previous stage. Here, how does it work is, let me explain you. As we see, we are getting the data from here. In management also, management will get the data from the previous stage. Let's say our previous stage, the name of the, let's say, first name is first name, is there with some other name. He changed the name and other stage will receive the updated name. It won't get the data from parts. Let's say I added a filter stage over here. Just to explain, and let me add a random thing over here. In this case, what will happen is, this stage will get the data from this one and not. The first stage that you should keep in mind. The best example is, let's say I go to manage field, and here let's say hide the phone number, and I click done. Here I can see that phone number is not available in manage field. When I go to filter stage, I will also no longer see that phone number. Why? Because filter state is getting their data from manage field, and manage field is getting data from the past stage. Yes, if I click on this differently, I will be able to see the data in a different manner. If I go to past stage, in past stage the phone number was available and hired. Date was in the last one, but when I go to manage field, I move the hired it after the location and I hide it. I hide the phone number. Basically in every stage I will be able to see the changes. Let me unhide it again. I need out still here and understand manage field. Any questions in here? Fill here for manage field. No, I think not. But then I was wondering, maybe it's something you should be doing in the Excel. But are you able to make some formulas in here? For example, let's just say I'm trying to think about something, but if you want to calculate something, maybe you want to create a row when it says total. How? If they, for example, that we can do by calculate field, that will cover. Just to give you an overview, and we click on add field, a new call field, which a new field will be added. With the name of a new field, it will by default as a text. You can change the field type by the manage field. Then when you click on this window, this is a formula bar, just Excel. Excel has a formula bar. When you click on this, it will expand. Here I can draft my formulas over here. And here are the function libraries. The function libraries are conversions. Let's say I want to get today's date. I can type it over here. Let's say I wanted to get today's date. I need to type equal to or equal to will be already there today. And I will apply. Here today's date will come. It will automatically fetch the today's date. It will be dynamic field. Let's say if I run it tomorrow, as today is 28, tomorrow I will run, it will come as 29. It's a dynamic field. Based upon that, this is a function library. I can also convert it. This is a text. I can convert to string, to integer, to decimal, long, perfect, multiples, and this is the whole, this is the exhaustive list. There is no function out of this scope. If I want to create any calculated field, I can do it with this only, and when I click on this particular one, I will get to see that. It's a formula. Let's say click on it. Extract is a row function. I will get a description. That extract is a row function that returns a specific portion of the date. And syntax is extract date. The date, I want to extract the value, and the dated date and time, and the written value will be the integer one, And here's an example. Here, let's say I want to extract, and the extract value is hours. I want to extract the hour out of the order date. I can mention it. It will do it on my behalf. The syntax is there. Anytime, if you're stuck, you can always. Most of the time, what people do is, people are not able to memorize all the formulas. Even the people who are working on Excel, they might know the formulas which are used very commonly. Just VCO, TAM. Those functions are basic, which are daily used. But let's say there is a formula which is they don't use very commonly. They will search on Google and they will get the syntax. Because the main intention is to understand the syntax, only how to formulate it. By that you can see the syntax and again format. But here the formulas are not available on Google. But they are here, but they are similar, not exactly similar, but kind of similar to you using Excel. Cover this in detail when we call the call field, but just I gave you a brief idea. Very short look up how it happens. Yes, let me delete it. When you delete when you want to, delete any field from here. What I can do is I can click on it, this and delete the field. I can also hide from here, as if I do hide this, I can hide from here. In manage field also I can hide, and from here also I can hide it. But when you hide it on the manage fields, you just click and you will unhide it. You need to look in the history of the manage fields because you can have many. Now, if you do the things this, do you find that you hide that? Basically, it will be hidden, but it won't disappear from here, but it won't be available from the next one. Here I have hidden from here. That is a two difference between that hide and this side. Here it is hidden. But let's say if I go to another, let's say go to manage field again. Here you can see that the new field is not coming. It was hidden before in the previous one, yes, but it will be visible over here. But if I hide from manage field, let's say hide from here, it will be completely invisible from this here working let's say if I unhide it and I add a stage and manage field, I'll be able to see new field over here. Only difference between this and this side is that if I hide from here, it will still be visible here. But in next stage it won't be visible. But when I do it manage field, it will be immediately hidden. And it will be reflected in here as in this table. Got it? That's the two ways of doing it, and both as their reasons. The reason I will explain. The reason is that in manage field, sometimes what happens is we create a calculated field. Let's say I want this, hide it. I want only month and month. I did, this is the format. The format is what? The format is true one. You have. Yes, I can hear you. Let's say the format of date is this, but now I want to change the format of it and I want in this format ZO1 2021. For that, what I will need to do is, first of all, I need to extract the month from it and I want to expect the year of it. I will create a separate formula for it and I will create a third of a calculator field to merge them both. I will concatenate both and will create it. But I know that for me the columns, the which I created for month and year separately, it is not useful for me. I can hide those one to avoid the confusion. That's why I use this hide to hide the unnecessary fields that I'm not able to see those over here. Makes sense. This is the manner we covered the manner. Field, you came to know that this is the manage field. This is how it works and let me delete this. One not for a use for now, and in filter stage we filter it out on base of user. It didn't. Got filtered, but what we can do is we can enter a field that hide it. Let's see if we are able to enter USA phone number. We don't have any particular unique value. We basically all of them as unique value. Only you say they are sharing it. Let me go to this transformation. If I were to get something, here we will get filter. Here we are label. See 941 rows are there, and when we apply a filter, and here let's say we apply a maybe middle name, only people with their middle name, but middle name we will have to give. Any particular and only one or two records will come here, mention that colon. If there's a data for it, when I click on apply, if there's any data available, it will reflect, or else we will change that there are 17 rows available and these are the worker from Poland, their legal name, first name. All this data is coming total base pay. They are getting the currency spun. It's, I think, separate from the euro. Exactly, it's Polish zloty. It doesn't cover with under European Union, is it? There are some countries in the European Union, Poland, for example, that doesn't have euro. We didn't really that. We decided to not have it just yet. Czechia has a krona, and what other countries do have other? I'm trying to think. I think that's the only one I know. I got to learn something new today. I was in that perception that all the using, but that's fine. You can use the currency whichever you want. Likewise, as we filtered out based upon the country, I just reset it. You understood how we can filter by any of the criteria or here. It's the basic. One, the management I showed you. Now the last one is group by. Group by is what when I click on group by, I'll be able to summarize the data. Let's say I want here, I will be able to summarize the data based upon the data available. Let's say I want the summarization based upon on the location country. Here I'll summarize detail. Count will be by default. It will come by default. I can remove the count. Here you can see all the data. If I click done, all the data went off. All the data is hidden. This detailed data will vanish off and group by. I will see the summarized data. Are you able to see Mexico? How about, is the count Australia? What is the count Sweden? 12. This count is the number of employees or number of records for that particular one. What it here I will see France, 38 employees. This is how the group by works. Group by what does is it will group the number of instances which shares this value. There are 18 rows, 19 rows which has value. As Mexico, it counts the value of that particular one. I also, apart from it, it's not that I can only do one. I can do multiple. I can create a dimension according to my need, but it should be in that way. I create it by country. I can do it from age. I can do it by gender. Let's say I want to do the bifurcation based upon the gender. I can do it from here. I will be able to see that for a particular country. But on gender, what is the distribution of that? Mexico has 11 females, Japan has 6 females. I can also I can give this as sort as ascending and descending. I will get the male female and null together. In our Workday, sometimes people don't mention their gender. Gender is not compulsory in Workday. In that test tenant, it will come as null. Now null is basically a blank instance. It's more in the databases. Done in the Workday. What I mean? Yes, correct. It's basically a very raw data Workday if we see in Workday reporting and all we say process data. In that null is also shown as blank. But here null is a very raw data. It's not processed. That it's something which is from how the back end looks and it is very similar To Power Base, as the main concept of this prism is to replicate Power BI and Tableau. Power BI and Tableau are BI tools. It is used for this blending the data, creating the visualizations. The purpose of it is the same. Basically, it is also providing the same functionality, but not going out of the Workday. If you search on Google, also Power BI, this is a Microsoft product. Tableau, you will get to another. Understand, these are also very similar, but Tableau provides a way they are unmatchable and they have a variety of operations, but this is something which they can get near to it. Here, as I told you again, I mentioned the grouping ready criteria is based upon my needs. Again, group is as much as possible based upon my requirement. Here I can do it. Let's say I want to keep location, address, country and gender. That's it, and this is this one. Now let's say I want to one count as I wonder. I want their maximum, not maximum, but average age, as when I click on average, I will get a feel that average of what? When I click on age, I will get the average. Bad by that I will be able to know that in Australia 19 employees are there, which are male and their average age is 38. By that I will be able to see the bifurcations. Over here, in Brazil 53 males have, 3 males are there and the averages is 53. And females are there. The average is 54, and if I want to filter and I want to sort it, I want to sort it by the youngest population. I can sort it by ascending. And I will be able to see that Luxembourg and Belgium have the youngest populations, followed by Denmark, Spain. And these are the visualization I can create. Going ahead, I can also do what I can do is I can also do sum of their total base pay. That what is the total base pay in account. Here I can see that in Japan 39 employees are there, 39. Sorry, 6 females are there and 6 females account to this. Total number of base pay. If we sum the 6 employees base pay, it will come to this figure. But the Japanese yen is how to say that. It's a weak currency because that's what the Japan wants. That's why this number is high. The system, because you would have to, if you want to really calculate that, you would have to recount that. You have to assume that, for example, we're going to count everything as American dollar and then compare how much they make. Yes, exactly. Actually, Japan and China, they weaken their currency that they can get benefit of the global trade. Because if their currency will be weak, then only the foreign countries will find their resources, manufacturing wise or service wise, attractive, and then only they will access their services. They by intention, they reduce their currency rates and we accept currency. But in order to the transformation, what we can do is, this is a global organization, but based upon my experience, the currencies are basically converted to USD in. Sorry, USD it will be, they will be come to a common calculation. Sometimes they take euro, sometimes they take saying USD, but it's USD. They sometimes take euro and sometimes they take USD, which is a globally accepted currency. For that, what you can do is you can filter the base data set based upon Japan, and then after the filtration you can convert it with the latest currency rates, and after the current you can do a join of different countries. How it will happen? Let me show in Excel. Yes, are you able to see? Excel sheet for you. I only see the word. No, I see Excel. Yes. Let's say I have a base data set over here which is having a global data. Here's a base data set. Here I have intentionally mentioned my base data set as BDS global because it consists of global data. Now what I can do is I can create a DDS Japan, DDS China, DDS European countries, basically Europe will consist of all the European countries. Yes, Australia. Here, what I will do is I will apply a filter condition that filter by country for all of them. I will do a filter condition. I will do I after doing the filter. I will multiply by with, let's say Japan is there, the currency will be GPI to USD. For China it will be Chinese yen, yen to USD, and for Europe, euro to USD. I will convert those currency based upon that, and by that I will get the base data set. Means I will get a DDS in USD formats. Then I can create another DDS which will be the DDS union. First of all, what I did is I created different data set for different countries. First of all, in the derived data set only, I added a state by filter based upon the country. After doing that, I did the calculation. Then I saved a data set. I have unique data set for each country. Once done, I will create another DDS to union this, all of them together. First, I had the combination of both. I break them into different data sets. Then I did some calculation and then I did the union of it. Again, I joined them together. This is how you will take your approach in Prism. Basically, you need to find some work around this. This will refresh. Any doubt in understanding the filter stage? We discussed 4 stages parts. Malice field, filter and group by. If you see the part stage, it's a compulsory field which will be there. You can't add a part stage or you can't edit the existing part stage. I can just add the stages over here and I can add stage from here. For base data set, I only get filter proof by and manage field, and also one more thing is, let's say after pass stage I forgot add a filter stage. What I will do, I won't delete this all of them together, but here I will get a plus minus sign. Insert a new stage. I can click over here. Our new stage will be inserted. I will be asked, what stage you want to refresh? Let me show over here. Let me create a manage field. Click it. Turn, let's say I created a manage field and I click save, and I know that I created manage field over here and I do too many calculation over here and I can't afford to remove it. What I will do is I will click on plus icon plus 1 second over here, but ask me what stage to add. I will add filter stage. I will mention what is the filter criteria. Country is in the selection. Least and Poland. And I will click apply, and here you can see the filter stage has been added between parts and management. It's not that you need to delete existing stage, but here by stage ID, you will be able to recognize that which stage you added the first. You can see stage ID. 1 is this straight stage ID, 2 is this, and stage 3 is this one. Be able to understand in which order you added the stages, which one we created first and which one you added the last. Because you have a numbering. Yes, it's a numbering way by which you will identify. Let's say if I add another one. Let's say I added a group by over here. Then let's say group by country. Only let me do by country. Here you can see that it is coming as 4. Why these errors are coming? Errors will come. Let me go to edit and show you. Error is coming. That filter condition is location and trust country. But it is not able to find the location and trust country. Basically, we filtered out the data and here also in manage field. We are getting the errors that fields are not available. Employee is not found in the previous stage. Why it is not available? Because here in group by we eliminated. In here only 2 columns are there. Here these are not there. Can you somehow make manage fields, for example? Example, not able to be removed. You have a lot of them, for example. A set up and you are afraid somebody is going to just click delete and it's going. To spoil something, is it turn this off? You cannot delete it. The stages or for stages? In stages, actually what happens is that when we give the security, basically not. All people will get this access to Prism. Currently, there is no any limitation that we can't lock it. It's report. Anyone can go and modify the report, add the field, remove the field, add the filter condition. They can do it. Why? Because they have got the report access. Report add. Access from the app or national point of view, it is assumed that that particular person has that clinical knowledge, that not to edit the existing report or Prism dataset without asking the owner of it. And for Prism, it's Prism, they have separate access. Person who has reporting access cannot access Prism unless they get Prism admin access. In an organization, there will be limited people who will be working on Prism, but we can't lock it. That we can't do that. No one will be able to modify the stages. The people who have the access can do it. I understand that but in terms of data. Set, you can apply that. That security, that let's say you created this data set, particular data set. Let's say here you created this data set and I can give the permission, basically not I, but security person can give. If I refer the PPT presentation, let me show security. Here you can see these 2 stages. 2 domains are there, Prism Dataset Manage and Prism Dataset Owner Manage. Yes, we talked about that. Owner Manage can delete and share the dataset, but the person who has managed can only edit it. They can't delete or share the dataset. This gives the owner access to it. You are the owner, you will be able to perform the toast mask. Any confusions in understanding this? In understanding the data set, the stages? No, I think I'm good. You're good? I think I have also covered almost all the topics. We are not left with any of them. Convert to advance. This is a new feature for the filter condition which has been added. But it's newly. This operation is not reversible. This is a newly added, this recent release, only people are testing on it and working on it. Basically here, what we do is the difference. I will say that country is equal to user. Let's say I don't it or I want to change it from user to other country. Always I can go to edit and I can change it or I can delete it. But in convert to advance, this operation is not reversible. Let's say I converting to an advanced filter will convert and replace the existing filter and will be computed accordingly. I won't be able to go back and I need to completely remove the filter stage, which has been converted to advanced filter, and then I can, if I want to go back, I can have to remove this advanced filter. And then I can add this filter again. Let's say figure the convert filter. It is basically coming in a query format, nothing else. There is no any particular difference between them, but it gives an ease that the function is same. But some people who are from the SQL background, for them this is very easy to understand. But that one is the simplest one, drop down. It is also both the functions are same, but this is just an advanced version of it. Let's say if I want to add a field, let's say I want to add all the things which it will come in a square bracket here, a square bracket when I enter square bracket, I will get the fields. Let's say I mentioned that I did, or let's say what are the fields are available. First name I'll give equals to, or I'll give us T. I think there's an error. Our database invalid has an expression string, but it ends with string. We do have a country here. I see it. What's the error? First name, there's an error in expression. Expected string. I think it's a. Let me give an end condition. That may help. Still something. Dataset upload as an error. Invalid fill. Almost the same. No worries, I will just rectify it. What's the issue? And then we can check what can be done. I will check it and release it. What's the error? Basically, it's a newly added function and people are here to explore this convert to advanced one. It just released in September 23 in the new release. It's live now. It's not live to all the tenants currently, but it will be rolling out. It just started rolling out in prod, and it will slowly come to the implementation, tenant and other tenant. Any doubts, questions regarding the stages? No, but I will need to try to put my own filters or something that will be a good training. Exactly. I would suggest that you should try to explore creating the base data set. Recordings and go to creating these stages by your own, and in the next session try to cover how to create a desired data set and what are the stages which are covered in that stage. Cover those things, by that doing it only left with be able to left with only the calculated field and be able to complete the prism part. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.